Have you ever felt jealous? Okay, that's a stupid question. Let me rephrase that. When was the last time you truly felt jealous of someone? Jealousy is one of the most destructive, negative emotions that each of us have. But what if I told you that jealousy is actually a superpower? Okay, let's stop and rewind a little bit. Mumbai 2001. I was 11 years old. Most of my friends were rich and I saw each of them having a new mobile phone or a Nintendo Game Boy or a PlayStation, and I was struggling to convince my dad to buy me a tennis ball. Okay, let me try not to play the sympathy card here. And when I finally got my own PlayStation 2 from an uncle who gifted it to me, I wasn't allowed to play it at home until I got better marks.
Hello?
2003. The girl I thought I had a crush on was talking to a guy who was fair with short, smooth hair and spoke like George Clooney. I was relatively dark with pimples on my face and wavy, greasy hair, and when I tried to talk to girls. Chennai, 2007. After wasting an entire year just chilling and flirting in 11th, I was suddenly told that I had to study in the 12th, and I just kept failing in maths over and over again, and I envied every guy who could do maths so easily, even though I had no interest in maths or studies. In 2012, I finally passed out of engineering college and I saw some of my batchmates and friends getting to go study abroad because their parents could afford it, while I had to get placed at an IT company for which I had no interest in working for, and then quit that company and then start all over again to shift to the media industry. During each of these points when I felt jealous, I actually felt angry with that person for getting things so easily, with the world for being so unfair to me, and with my parents who I thought didn't give me enough. I always had someone to blame and just kept feeling sad for myself all the time. And then came 2013. I finally entered the creative industry and I got a job that I really liked, and because of that I started doing pretty well. People liked my ideas and I started feeling better about my talent, my abilities and myself overall. And because people liked my ideas, some of those people started liking my personality. So I didn't have to care about my looks anymore, and I started understanding that I just have to make the best out of whatever I have in this department. I also started earning money at this point, so if I wanted something that someone else has, I had my account balance to tell me if I can get it right now or if I need to shut the f up and start working towards getting it. Life actually started to get better and I started enjoying being a creative person whose ideas people actually liked, until I met someone with a better idea. At first I thought, how the f can he do this? How dare he be better than me? I felt angry as usual at that person and I started looking for people to blame, but suddenly I didn't find anyone to blame. I couldn't blame that guy for being good at his work. I couldn't blame his parents or my parents or the world. And when I saw more and more people come up with better ideas than me or did better work than me or sometimes had more talent than me, at first I got angry with them and I didn't want them to succeed, and I started doubting my own talent and self-worth, and then it hit me. The problem was not with them. The problem was within me. The problem was my perspective. What most of us do is that we let our jealousy of someone completely consume us because we fear that the other person's skill or success will take away from what we have. And then we spend a lot of our time and energy into bringing that person down. But what if there was a way to convert this jealousy into something else, into something positive? I believe that broadly there are 3 ways to positively deal with jealousy, and the first way is very, very simple. I came across one of Tanmay Bhatt's LinkedIn posts in which he describes the difference in the mindset between your 20s and your 30s. Take a look at this. 20s. I am jealous of the fact that you are more successful than me. 30s. Could you please tell me what I can learn from you to be as successful? This is one of the healthiest ways to deal with jealousy, right? And I think the first step to learning begins when you start accepting.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
You realize your ego is getting out of hand, and then you try to control it by saying, actually, I don't know everything and there are so many people and so many things that I can actually learn from. Check out what Tanmay does on his live streams on his channel called Honestly. He invites his friends who have very specific set of skills or subject expertise, example personal finance, and he tries to learn from them as if he's one of us. And when he shares this with his audience, which is us, he's literally adding value to our lives. So jealousy in this context leads to knowledge, which leads to actual influence. The second way to deal with jealousy can be explained with the examples of two of the most amazing Hollywood directors alive, Quentin Tarantino and Paul Thomas Anderson. In one of his interviews, Tarantino actually confessed that he's always been jealous of Paul Thomas Anderson, and whenever Paul makes a film, example when Tarantino watched Paul's masterpiece There Will Be Blood in 2007, he was like, how the f did he do that? And then Tarantino goes back home and starts pushing himself to make his own film even better. And in 2009, he released Inglourious Basterds, one of his own masterpieces. Paul Thomas Anderson also has the same respect for Tarantino's films, and he pushes himself to do better when he sees his competitors' work. So both of them use their own jealousy to drive each other to keep doing better. To explain the third way to deal with jealousy, I have to talk about one of my favorite Indian filmmakers today. Anurag Kashyap. If I start to talk about Anurag Kashyap, I can just keep going all day on different aspects of his filmmaking. How he doesn't make excuses, how he gets creative with a low budget, how he infuses chaos onto his sets, and how he just keeps writing and keeps jumping from one project to the other and never stopping. So I'll probably save all of this for another video, but in today's context, let's talk about how Anurag Kashyap deals with jealousy. One of the ways is like the previous example of Quentin Tarantino and Paul Thomas Anderson. When he sees the work of other directors like Anubhav Sinha, Sriram Raghavan, Hansal Mehta, Lijo Jose Pellisheri or Rajiv Ravi, he asks himself, what the f am I doing? And he goes back to writing his own scripts with even more energy. In fact, he even released this list called 2018 Films That Made Me Jealous. And I'm going to leave that link in the description for you to go check it out. But coming back to the third way of dealing with jealousy, I heard Anurag talk about this in a recent discussion with Rajiv Masand.
But there's so many filmmakers that I see around and I try to enable them. I don't mentor them. When I hear their voice and their voice is interesting, I want to enable them because it challenges me. Anything I'm jealous of, I want to put my name on it.
Anurag entered the film industry as an outsider in 1993, and since then he's written hundreds of Hindi TV show episodes and dozens of movies with or without credit. And he's also made more than 18 films, but his greatest achievement is that he introduced so many outsiders into the film industry.
Like outsiders are a very big part of me because I think diversity only makes us better and a new person brings with him or herself their own voice.
So if he spots a story or a script or a film by a young talent that makes him truly jealous, he tries to attach his name by either producing it or presenting it and giving the fuel and the road it needs to reach an audience. In this way, jealousy gives rise to collaboration and collaboration gives rise to a healthier ecosystem. It's been 5 years since we started Fully Filmy, and to this day, when I look at someone's work which is really interesting, I actually feel jealous from time to time. For example, there's this Instagram design page called Aesthetic Kunjamma, and for some time I thought these guys are doing work that's actually similar to us, but they're presenting it in such a fresh, unique way. But that jealousy actually lasted for just a few minutes, and then I reached out to them. And now we're trying to figure out how we can collaborate and work together and actually do even better work. Another recent example is that we found out that our competitor is doing better business than us during this time. And honestly, that was the turning point for us. This lockdown got us all demotivated and feeling helpless, which actually made us lazy. But when we saw someone in the same field doing better, it was like a wake-up call, and now every day we're trying to push ourselves and trying to come up with new and better ideas to perform better as a company. So like I said before, it's all about perspective. Jealousy can come out of nowhere and can cause wars, destroy careers, ruin relationships and friendships, and even decay our inner souls if we don't know how to deal with it. Jealousy could be the most destructive poison or the most incredible superpower in the world. And unlike other superpowers, it doesn't come from radioactive chemicals or explosions or spider bites. Each one of us is actually born with a superpower. But what really differentiates us is what we do with it.